first carry now. This is Williams. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Shift together here from the D-line. Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Touchdown, Packers! A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. All right, let's get a peek at these starters here in the Golden Child, Golden Tate.
Love his versatility because you can use him anywhere in your offense. And he's an excellent kick returner. Loves to play the game, plays with passion.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Clay Matthews is an absolute force. Multiple Pro Bowls as an outside linebacker. He can swing inside and create the same havoc.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Don't forget knowing where the first down line was. His defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They'll get 17 yards there, and that leads to a Green Bay first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Rodgers to throw on second down. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country. And at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really likes soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. On third and long, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Now the second-year man from Buffalo, Jake Shum, on to punt. Back deep for the Lions, it's Golden Tate. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On fourth down, the Packers hand things over to Jake Shum to punt it. This is taken at about the 14. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Here's Stafford now on second down. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Second down and just one. And the tight end Ebron in motion. Now a carry for Blunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down.
Pardon the rims of the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Blunt, the lone running back. And they'll give it to him here. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And then you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Over the middle, it's Fells. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now Blunt. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Fighting through, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And again here, we'll see the Wildcat.
Come on, let's go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll fight forward to about the 27. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second down following the run. Throwing now is Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing.
And Abdullah lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. To throw on second down is Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Hey, the defense is in this game as well. They wanted to make it a tough 3rd down. They were able to do so on that last play, preventing a big gain.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Warlow. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. After the interception, here's Stafford. Being chased out left. That's complete right around the 8. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. On second down, here's Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Golden Tate in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions have taken the lead.
I subscribe. I post top 5 gameplay on my channel. It would be nice if you subscribed and hit the notification bell.
Misfortune on the net.
Alright, I got you, bro. I'll look at it after the game.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to look deep down the field. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Janis the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
Tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the line, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They'll come out in the pistol. They go. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And in the end, the decision to bring it out costs him a few yards as he's out of bounds just past the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He leaps over him, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And, of course, the defense is going to accept this penalty.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
Here's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 47 yards. Now, he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Crazy. I thought my
Everyone
dude
is
had
looking
it.
for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here come the Lions now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And now with the play clock getting low, Jim Caldwell's going to signal for a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Blunt, the lone running back. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Lions. 44 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Blunt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be first down Lions.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Design run for their wideout. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now the Notre Dame man. This is Theo Riddick. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. It looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Rodgers now to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Rodgers going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete as well.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And he's got Bennett. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Flush to his right. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now Rodgers. Got him in open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. And this time will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Martellus Bennett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They come out here in the eye. Play clock winding down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Second down following the incompletion. Blunt, the lone running back. And he'll get it up the middle. And he powers his way up past the 30. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's Riddick. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Time running out here on the play clock. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. The play clock's running down. The direct snap it. This is Abdullah. And the gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain, and it's second down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Yet again, here's a Wildcat look.
Let's go! Try 38!
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this one's going to go the wrong way. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Stafford now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll give the Packers a 1st down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Back to throw. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, you got to feel pretty good as a defense.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. One receiver left, three to the right. They'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And Detroit getting set to go now. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know, they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Detroit, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.